Okie dokie, artichokes. Everyone, welcome. We are in session 5 of the Hawai'i Rotary Public Image Learning Series. So today we are going to be talking about Social Media 101. Today is March 27th. We are recording this so that people can watch it in the future. What we're going to do, like we always do, we'll do some introductions, then we're going to go over some updates. We will do a quick survey, so get your cell phones out. And then let's go get started. Hi, everyone. My name is Joshua Laguana. I am from the Rotary Club of Hickam, Pearl Harbor, and I serve as the Hawai'i Rotary Public Image Co-Chair with Scott Wishart, as well as Assistant Governor for Central Oahu. Let's see who we have today for our introductions. Let's get the screen up and running. We have immediate past District Governor Sandy Matsui. We have past District Governor Roz Cooper. We have no current district governor and no incoming. So we will go ahead and show what we have on the screen, which is the Public Image Resource Team. So the Public Image Resource Team, we're going to be talking about social media today. So this is everyone's Instagram account. So if you haven't seen it, now you have. So let's talk about some updates. Let's share the right screen again. So let's talk about some updates. First off, I just want to thank everyone for coming. This is, as I said, session 5 in the learning series. Last week, we talked about Club Runner, and it did come up like there was so much about Club Runner, and we weren't able to answer a lot of specific questions. So that everyone knows, we are going to expand the Leveraging Club Runners episode and continue that conversation after the first 9. So be on the lookout for. Also, you can always reach out to me and we can do a quick tutorial. I also want to talk about clarifications about brand compliance. Please know that the district public image team is not the police. We are here only as a resource to help your club be the best that you can on promoting Rotary, being a resource for you so you can know which logo to use, how to use it, and ask any type of questions. We are not here to tell you, you must do this. We only ask that be brand compliant by June 30th. And what that means is just looking at your website, using the correct logo. If you guys have printouts, if you guys have banners, we're not asking you to replace them unless you have the funds, then go ahead and do that. If you cannot, that's fine. When you guys can, that's the time to do it. All right, so clarification on that. Now it's time for the survey. So please get out your cell phone and you're going to send a text message to 804-476-8279, or this is 804 for Rotary. If you don't have a cell phone, you can also open up an email and you can send me an email at publicimage@rotaryd5000.org. So let's get started. The phone number is going to be on the top of the screen. So first off, if you guys don't know this one, this session is not going to help you. But what is your name? Next one. What is your club's name? If you're not in a club, Hickam Pearl Harbor is always recruiting, so feel free to come and join my meeting. We are meet Thursday nights. Next question is, what is your Facebook's page? Now, this is something that you're going to have to learn a little bit about Facebook. Is your page a Facebook page? Is it a Facebook group? Or is it an individual who just has the name of Rotary Club? If you don't know, absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. The next question is, we're going to move on to the next social media platform. What is your club's Instagram account? So my club is at Rotary HPH or at Rotary HPH. The next question is very, very important, is who is your social media admin, or who is the person that does the postings, or that has the usernames and passwords, or that has admin rights that can allow other people to post as well. And if you missed any of the questions, don't worry about it. This is just trying to take a temperature gauge, and I like looking at it at the end. All right, so let's go ahead and get started into our agenda. Like I said, today is Social Media 101, getting started with social media. Well, first off, we're going to talk about what is social media. We're going to talk about the different platforms and statistics for platforms. We're also going to talk about what is a social media post, what goes into it, what does a successful one look like, and how can you create it? The next thing is, how are we going to evaluate success? Then we're going to go into some tips and tricks, some examples. And then we're going to go into a live audit if anyone is willing to, who wants to see if their account is pretty good. Okay, so let's get social media, that is. So first off, what is social media? Social media are websites and applications that enable users to create and share content. Another way of looking at it is it's sharing of ideas, thoughts, and information through the building of virtual networks and communities. If you think about media in general, we have the news, we have the newspaper, and they are put on by these large organizations or large companies. Social media is between the individuals. So from me to you, or you to your cousin. I'm going to ask you guys, if you can, please mute yourself. Thank you. And if you can't mute yourself, I will mute you. Okay, back to what is social media. Let's talk about some of the social media platforms that are out there. Can you guys just in the chat, other than Facebook and Instagram, what other social media platforms are there? Or if you want to unmute yourself, this is the time to do it. TikTok, yes. TikTok's very, very, very much in the news right now. What other social media platforms? YouTube. Brian, that's right. 2 for 2 so far. Anyone else?
Facebook.
Facebook, yes. Next door, absolutely. So that's a great one, especially here. LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Got it. How about WhatsApp?
Mm-hmm.
WeChat, Tinder. Those are all social media apps, but you have to look at who is downloading those type of apps and what is it being used for. So we're going to be talking about the most popular social media platforms. We're going to talk about three specifically, and what is it about them and who are the people that are using them. So let's start with Facebook. Facebook has approximately 2.96 billion active users. It is the largest online social network in the world. An average American will spend up to 33 minutes per day on Facebook. It's also important to note that nearly 70% of American adults use Facebook. 56.6% of Facebook users are male and 43% are female. So if you're looking at this is a lot of people. Now, if we look at this at their age now, almost a quarter of Facebook users in the US are between the ages of 25 to 34. When we're going through these social media platforms, it's really important to look at these numbers because that really will drive you to who your audience is and how often are they in there, how much time are they spending. So Facebook, being the largest social media social network in the world, has almost 3 billion. Just a little less than in 2021, so in the middle of the pandemic, the number was at around 2.7 billion. Let's go to the next one. The next one, of course, is going to be Instagram, owned by the parent company of Facebook, which is Meta. Instagram has over 2 billion active users. So Facebook, almost 3 billion, Instagram, 2 billion. Nearly 40% of American adults use Instagram. And when we say adults, we're talking about anyone 18 or older, which means they could be potential Rotaract members or Rotarians. Primarily, Instagram appeals to users under the age of 35, with the 61.2% of total Instagram users are between the ages of 18 to 34. Now, a lot of us have talked about, hey, we are struggling with membership, or we want younger members into our club. If you knew that 61% of Instagram users are between 18 and 34, you have a really good audience right there to share what's going on in your club. And the biggest thing right now that's kind of taking the social media platforms by storm is what's called Reels, or short videos. It was started really with TikTok, but Reels now take up 30% of the time that people spend on Instagram. No longer are people just looking at photos. No longer are people just looking at words like they used to on Facebook or Twitter, but now they're looking at videos. Speaking of TikTok, let's talk about TikTok. TikTok is definitely a lot in the news, but TikTok has had over 100% growth in the last, I think, year to 2 years. They're now at 1 billion active users. TikTok is the most frequently used social media app worldwide, with users spending an average of 20.5 hours per month on that platform. Facebook was 33 minutes a day, and TikTok is 23.5 hours. And TikTok is more skewed towards with female, with 51% of users identifying as women. And also to note, 38.9% of TikTok users are between the ages of 18 to 24. So maybe not the right demographic for a Rotary Club, but for Rotaract, yes, maybe also for Interact. And the one really thing to highlight here is almost 79% of TikTok users are going to the social media app specifically to be entertained. Well, why does this all matter? Let's go into YouTube. This is one of the original social media platforms. However, it is one of the, it's not growing as fast anymore. YouTube has approximately 2.5 billion active users. Nearly 74% of American adults use YouTube. They have new competitions such as Vimeo and I just drew a blank, but there's other video platforms, streaming video platforms. 12% of YouTube users are males between the ages of 25 to 34, and 9% are females of that same age. People spend an average of 19 minutes per day watching videos on YouTube, and most likely they're coming from a mobile device. Even though this is one of the slower, or it's the slower growing social media platforms, still yet they get a lot of views, and their views are now from YouTube Shorts, which is very similar to the TikTok videos or similar to the Instagram and Facebook Reels. Now, why, and I'm opening this up for discussion, is why do you think social media is important? Anyone? You can put it in the chat. I'll see it over there. Think about where we were 20 years ago when the main media formats were news, radio, and newspaper. How quickly were we able to get information? I recall, and I'm sure some of you can recall getting 2 newspapers, one in the morning and then one in the afternoon. Now, information can be brought out so much quicker. And instead of it being just so localized, you're going to be able to share your message with the billions of people out in the world. So Brian said, it's where many people get their news today. Yes, it's instantaneous and global, but it is true. People are getting their news from social media platforms. Rapid information sharing. Yes, it is quick. And that can be a bad thing because that means, is the information being checked? Is it accurate? Pretty much anyone can create an account. Any other reasons why what's important or why we use social media? Okay. Let's see. Easy access. Wanda, that's it. It's easy to access. All of these different platforms that we talked about are accessible from one's phone, from a computer, from an iPad. You can do it at home. You can do it while you're traveling, and you can still stay connected. It's very important that we know that social media is used to connect. And when it's used in the right way, it's used to share a message, what we're doing. So here at the district, we have 2 official Facebook accounts. The first one is Hawai'i Rotary. So if we went to facebook.com/Hawai'i Rotary, this is where we from the district share what's happening throughout. When we are highlighted in the news, we're going to put it there. Our second account is the Hawai'i Rotary District 5000, which is Rotary D5000. That is where we want to promote our events to each other, to visiting Rotarians. We want to highlight what's going on and give praise to each other. And I'm talking about clubs, not individually. Yes, we can do that as well. And it's very important that you guys know about this so that you understand who the audience is. So Hawai'i Rotary, the audience is for people that may not know too much about Rotary or what Hawai'i Rotary is. Rotary D5000 is for those internal audiences, for you and I, so we can share what's going on in our clubs. We also have a YouTube channel, and that's where all of these learning series are going to be stored for eternity. And you can find that at youtube.com/@Hawai'i Rotary. Or if you're going to go on the mobile app, just search Hawai'i Rotary, one word. What we primarily use, the YouTube is really to store our videos. Anything that just needs to live longer than a short post, we want to put out there. So I recommend you guys go and check out the page because there's some really good footage. And whenever we do get news coverage, I like to make sure that we put it up there. And then the last official district account, social media account is on Instagram, and that's Hawai'i Rotary. Very similar to the Facebook, you're going to see a lot of the same posts there. But I also do want to caution you that there are unofficial Hawai'i Rotary accounts. And I'm not saying anything negative about these accounts, but these accounts are not managed by the district. And so you may not see relevant information, or you may see outdated information. And that's because we are no longer we don't manage it. Now, if you know anyone that manages the accounts, please have them reach out to me because I would really either like to bring it in-house for the district to manage or change the name. And I bet some of you in your clubs are experiencing this as well. You may have had a past president create a Facebook account or a Facebook page, and they're no longer with the club and they didn't pass anything on. Or you may think, hey, unfortunately, the person left the club in bad terms and they're still holding on to that account and they're using your club's name. Unfortunately, because they're the ones who created it or who own it, they're not going to be able to quickly take it down. So you're going to have to go through the platforms to challenge that account. And it is time consuming. But if that's some route that you want to go to, I highly encourage you guys to do that. We kind of had a discussion about that last couple weeks ago. To talk about social media accounts, I think it's very important to note that each club should have at least one social media platform. My recommendation is Facebook. The Facebook is because you're able to do posts, you can have events, and you can have all your contact information on there. Instagram is going to have a different audience, and because it's owned by the same parent company of Facebook, you can link the two and pretty much do all of the same work on Facebook. So that's why if you were to have just one platform, I'd recommend Instagram or Facebook. I do encourage you to have Instagram because you do get a lot more users there, and you do get a lot more engagement. Now, when it comes to creating an account, the first thing you want to do is go back to your club and ask them, do we have a Facebook account? Do we have an Instagram account? Do we have any social media? If anyone says yes, ask them, how is it created? Is it created as a page? Is it created as an individual account? Or is it created as a group? So we're going to talk about those three different types in next week's course. Social Media 201, and let's spend a lot of time on Facebook and the different types. But something that you can go between now and next week's session is to go back to your club and ask, who is the admin of it? What type of page is it? Same thing goes for Instagram and TikTok. Any questions so far? Okay. We're a quiet group today. That means we're going to finish quite quickly. Let's go into, I want everyone here to, if you know your social media accounts, please put that in the chat. And I will share all of the names with everyone that's here. I think it's very important that we follow each other's clubs. Go ahead and put your Instagram account in there as well. So let's continue. What happens on social media is that you need to create a post. And a post is just sharing something. So what is in a post? First, it could be a thought, it could be an idea, it could be an event, it could be a story. But in order to be active on social media, you have to have these things and post them regularly. So what is it that makes it a good post? The first thing is you have to do your research. Maybe it's water sanitation, or we're talking about an upcoming service project. You don't want to just put any fake information. You want to make sure your information is valid. So do your research. Next thing, speak in your audience's language. Who are you speaking to? Are you speaking to your club members? Are you speaking to potential sponsors? Are you speaking to potential volunteers? Speak in their language. Next thing is to ensure that you're developing a voice for your club. When you have 20 members, Those are 20 different voices, but you are all coming together to do service above self, or you're coming together to pack a bunch of food boxes, and the purpose is to do it as one. So when you're posting, make sure that no one can tell it's you as an individual, but it's coming from your club. The next thing is to ensure that your post is positive. When it comes to representing your club, you want to be positive. Yes, there's war in the world, but we have Rotarians here, and we are promoters of peace. That's the positive spin on it. And then the last thing about it is making sure that you're keeping it simple. So be specific. Some of these things may sound familiar because we did talk about it in a previous session. But if you just did all of that, steps 1 through 5, then you would have a post and people would have to read it. To make it more engaging or make it look more welcoming to want to engage with that post, use images and videos. On top of that, have the call to action. Don't just post something just to post. Post something so that people will take an action, whether sign up, whether they join you on a Saturday afternoon to fill food boxes or to come to a fundraiser. Have that call to action. All of these things were discussed in the Capturing People of Action. So it's very, very, very familiar with how to capture a people of action and creating a post. You can do that and put it onto your website. You can do that and create a flyer, but you can also do that and put that onto social media. So let's go through the process. So when we're wanting to create a post, first thing we are going to want to do is create a plan. And the plan is, well, what is my message? What am I going to say? So the first thing I'm going to say is, hey, my message is going to be, we're going to do a food drive on Saturday, August 14th from 8 to 2 at the Town Center of Mililani City Mill. The next thing we're going to want to do, select an image, like the words bland. Let's put an image in there or video so that people are more can recognize or relate to it and be like, oh, I recognize that. Let me read some more. And so if we knew that we were doing a food drive and we're doing it with Hawaii Food Bank, why don't I put their logo on there? And so that they know that we're Rotary, make sure that you're using your Rotary logo, whether it be your club or the district. Next is to include your call to action. What do you want people to do when after they're looking at this? What do you want them to feel? Hey, we need volunteers. Join the Rotary Club of Mililani Sunrise. Contact this person for additional details. So lots and lots of calls to action. And that's great. After you have all of these things in here, what you're going to want to do is post it. And then that's where you're going to have to decide, okay, where am I going to post it? Am I going to post it onto my Facebook page? Am I going to post it onto Instagram? Am I going to post it onto my website? All of those things are possible. And if you use certain tools, you may be able just to post it once onto Facebook and it will go to your Instagram account automatically. So now we got our post created and we put it out there onto social media. How do you know if you are having any success? How do you evaluate success? Well, one, when it comes to social media accounts, audience growth. How many people are following your pages or your Instagram account? So in order to do that, you're going to have to know, well, how many followers do I currently have? Or how many likes do I currently have? The next thing is called reach. So whenever you post something onto Facebook or you post something into Instagram or TikTok, it goes through an algorithm. And the reach is putting it out there. And how I understand it to work is you'll put it out to a couple people of your friends, and if they like it, it'll get a higher score. And so it'll show to some more people. And then if it continues to get a lot of likes or engagement with it, whether it be a post, then what it's going to do is going to start sending it or showing it to people that may not be your friends, but they may have similar interests or similar attributes to your account. And so that's how you expand your reach. So that's another way of evaluating your success. The third one is engagement. And engagement is strictly how many people are liking it, how many people are making comments, how many people are resharing it. Those will all help increase your engagement, but will also help expand your reach. And the last thing is your influence. The influence is, are they doing your call to action? Are they calling you? Are they emailing you to ask for more information? Are they sliding into your DMs to say, hey, I want to join you? I have a really cool story. A couple of weeks ago, my club was at the Hawaii Food Bank, and I did a lot of social media posts of putting it onto my stories and tagging different people, tagging different organizations. And what was nice about that is people were reaching out to me. It's like, hey, I want to get involved. How do I get involved? That is the type of influence that social media can have. People that don't know anything about Rotary, but what they want to do is get involved. It's very, very important that you go ahead and ensure that you guys are doing as much as you can about being influential in your posts. Okay, so now what? So in Facebook or on Instagram, what you can do is you can look at the likes, you can look at the engagement, you can look at the reach. These are all data on your posts if you're the one who created it. So now, when you guys are using social media, check those numbers out. See how they're doing, how many shares, how many likes, how many comments, how much engagement, how many people have you reached? Okay, let's talk about some tips and tricks about social media. So there is no right way. And anyone that—
Josh, can I ask a question before you
yes.
you go on? I assume that when you are following and being followed by other Rotary clubs and they like your page, then that helps in terms of spreading your influence. So something that we should do as Rotary clubs is follow, like you mentioned earlier, follow each other and like or make a comment on, even better, somebody's posts. So I know that I have some of the clubs in Hawaii on our club Facebook page, but I'm certainly not an expert on how to figure out who I have and who I don't have. Do you have suggestions on how to do that?
So what I am doing is trying to capture as many different clubs and their accounts. So I will be creating a directory of Facebook accounts. I currently have a 2021 directory of Instagram accounts, but as years change, we don't know if they're still actual valid accounts or not. I will share that resource when we go through Instagram in 2 weeks. So Bruce, but to answer your question, best thing to do is go to another district club and go through the list of people that have liked that page, and or see if there's any type of ones that you haven't liked or followed yet. And I have to say, a lot of the international, like there are a lot of international clubs, like in Australia, there's one in Italy, there's one in Brazil. They are constantly liking our posts. They're re-sharing their posts. And it's very important that they do it more than just at the district level, but doing it at the club level. So Bruce, I recommend spending your 33 minutes today on Facebook and going through the other clubs and looking at people who like them.
Okay, so you're going to share the list of the other clubs' Facebook pages, because like I said, I cannot tell, because when I look at who's following us, I mean, there's hundreds of people, but it's hard to weed out the other clubs from the individuals who follow
No,
that.
that makes sense. That makes sense. And yes, I'll be creating a resource directory for Facebook account.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. All right, let's talk about some tips and tricks. So first thing I like to say, create a campaign. A campaign is a social media campaign, coordinated marketing designed to reinforce information or sentiments about a product, service, or overall brand through at least one social media platform. So during Sandy's year of when she was district governor, we had a campaign called the Membership Highlight. It was a campaign that we started at the beginning of the year and said we were going to highlight a member of Hawai'i Rotary on our social media accounts. We're going to have a photo of them. We're going to talk a little story about them, and then we're going to post them. And that became a campaign for membership. And you can do that for anything. So I know if you have like Eco Rotary Club, April is coming up, and April is Earth Month. We also have Earth Day on April 22nd. So you can have a campaign for just 1 month about how to make the environment better. Or during our monthly themes, Fellowship Month or Youth Service Month, have an entire campaign about what is youth service. And a campaign is something that you're going to do frequently. So you're going to do every Monday or every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or every day at 2 o'clock. Those are going to be your campaign. When you're creating or when you're developing your campaign, ensure that it's something that you can follow through with, that does have a start and that does have an end. The next thing is in your posts, use a hashtag. A hashtag is a label used on social media sites that makes it easier to find information with a theme or specific content. The hashtags on the screen are the ones that we're using in that we have in the districts, such as People of Action, Rotary D5000, Serve with Aloha was District Governor Sandy's year. Serve to Change Lives was the year she was District Governor. Hawai'i Rotary. You can also use your club name. We always put in ours Rotary Hickam Pearl Harbor. You can also do your island. Great hashtags. The next thing is to use stories. Stories is done on a mobile or full screen, vertical videos and images that appear outside of your regular feed. So it's not an actual post, and a story only lasts for 24 hours. YouTube is now getting into that. They're called YouTube Shorts. They're about 15 seconds or less, and it's either like a quick photo, a quick video, a quick message, and it's something that people can just look at in passing.
TikTok.
And on Facebook, you'll see it looking like this on the left-hand side, and then on Instagram, it's at the top of your screen. And those, when it has a red circle in Instagram or a blue circle in Facebook, those are your stories that someone has a story. We're going to learn more how to post a story in the next 2 weeks. And then, of course, Reels. Reels. They are very, very popular. You can turn a photo into Reels. I want to just give huge mention and praise to AG Arlene, West Oahu AG. She makes Reels from her photos at her service projects, and they're amazing. They're engaging. You're able to put like 5 or 6 photos into a 15-second video, put some songs, keeping in mind that music is another way to attract people. They get a feeling when they hear that. My club did a longer reel. I think it was like a minute long, and it was video photos. There was over 100 photos over the last 6 years, and we put the song "We Are Family" behind it. And so those are great things to do, and reels are really, really popular. Now, the biggest thing is to engage, and we are. It's important that you do more than just post. Spend an additional 15 minutes going through your feed of your club's account. And go and, like what Bruce said, comment on other posts. It's very, very important to show that you're engaging and that you're not just, oh, I'm here to post. You got to go and say stuff or just put emojis or something on there. Like other posts, more than just comment, please like them as well, because that again helps expand that club's reach. And share content. Rotarians will like and comment on things, and they'll reshare it on their club's page, which is great. But also reshare, have your club members reshare these posts, put it onto their own Facebook or on their own Instagram account. And then kind of brings me to the last one, is mention other people into those posts or into those comments so that they know, hey, I got mentioned, I'm going to reshare this or I'm going to comment it. These 4 things are going to help you get more engagement on your club's page. So let's talk about examples of a social media account. So I'm just pulling up my club from a couple years ago. It's important that you have a complete profile. Your profile is going to have who your club is. Do you have a website? Do you have an email address? Do you have a phone number? And then the about. Make sure you have something that's about your club. Ensure that it's something engaging and not too dry. The next thing is to post regularly. Ensure that you're posting at least once a week. If anything, if you're meeting weekly, post about it. Upcoming meeting, upcoming service project, no meeting this week. Happy birthday to Bruce. And now also, when you're posting, ensure that you're using that consistent voice so that it doesn't sound like I'm doing today's post and then Bruce is doing tomorrow's post. Next is to use brand compliant assets. Remember those logos, those people of action photos. Put those things onto your page throughout. You can do it on your Facebook header. You can do it on your icon or your logo. Next thing about your social media account is it needs to inform. You're informing the audience what your club is doing, what is coming up. And by informing them, you're also asking them to do a call to action. So, hey, please join us on this date. Any questions? Okay, no questions. That means it's time for a survey. Okay, this will be the last survey. Oh, yes.
Sorry, Josh, can I ask a quick question? Since you brought up that
Absolutely.
fabulous video you put together with We Are Family with the music, do you have any suggestions as far as the use of music or restrictions?
So we're going to talk more about that in the Facebook when we start in Facebook. But if your account, if you're creating the reel in Instagram and the music is put there, then there's no restrictions to using that. But do know that the music is most likely going to be copyrighted. And if you try to download that video, it will not download with music. So if you try to create a reel outside of the platforms and add your own music to it, and that music is copyrighted, once you upload that into Facebook or once you upload that into Instagram, it's going to do, or YouTube, it's going to do a double check. And it's going to tell you, hey, this music is copyrighted. Do you have permission to use it? They're going to decide that you probably don't have, and so they're not going to allow you to post it. So when creating a reel, my recommendation is to do it in the platform that you're going to post it in. So I created that We Are Family reel in Instagram. Now, a little trick here is my club did not have permission to use that song. So what I did is I created it on my personal account and tagged the Rotary HPH. Therefore, now it's onto that page, And what I did is I reshared it because it was a reel and just added a page or added one photo. So it made it a 0.1 second longer. And I was able to post it onto my club's page. So those are like little tips and tricks that we'll go over when we do Instagram or Facebook. But know that when you're creating a reel, any type of copyrighted material will get flagged if you created it outside of the platform. You can
Josh,
always search, I'm sorry, one
Go
last
ahead.
thing. You can search royalty-free music, and that will give you opportunities to put music behind your video. Yes, Bruce.
I was just gonna ask, and probably you're gonna cover this in the Facebook specific thing, but say I create a Facebook post today and I want to bring it to your attention, in case you're not looking at our page or some other club's attention. Do I put you in the comments, or what's the best way to do that?
Yes, that very good things. You can do one or two things. So if you're going to do it on Facebook or Instagram, what you're going to want to do is in the comments, because it increases engagement or it increases like. So in the comments, tag that person, do the @ sign, and then that person's name or the club name or the page name. If you want it to be, if you want to put it in the comments, then or if you want to do it in the actual post, go ahead and edit it. And then just use that @ sign or tag someone in that post. So if it's a video, if it's a post or a photo, you can tag someone and they'll get that notification if it's enabled, hey, that they're in this photo.
Okay, and maybe this is a question that I need to ask you offline is, even though I'm the one who created the Facebook page, I can't tag people on the page. Is there a reason for that?
You're probably not doing it right. So I will be going over that in Facebook. I have the exact same problem in my club. Remember, there is 2.94 billion users of Facebook. And if you're trying to just do an @Josh, can you imagine how many Joshes there are in the world? So join next Monday and you'll learn a couple tricks. Any other questions?
I won't be here next Monday.
Watch the video on YouTube. Anyone else?
Thanks.
Okay. Bruce, you got my number, so you know you can always give me a call, and if you want to do, we can do that too. But let's go ahead and do a survey time, everyone. So please text 804-4-ROTARY or send your email to publicimage@rotaryd5000.org. And this is going to be the same survey that we had last week. Someone said, I need a little more time. So the question here is, what public image topics would you like to learn more about? Is there something specific? Is there something that you want to learn? Please text it to 804-476-8279. And now I'd like to open it up for an audit. Does anyone have a Facebook account or Instagram account that they would like to do a live audit in front of this group? Going once. Going twice. Okay. Forever hold your peace. It is now that time of the session to promote your club. I would like for you guys to, this is week 5. I'd love for people to do, take the opportunity to promote your club activity, whether it be an upcoming service project, a meeting, or hey, what is your promo to joining your club? Anybody here want to do it?
Sure, I will.
Yes. Go ahead. Who is that?
Lori Williams.
Okay, Lori, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Lori Williams, and I'm with the Rotary Club of Windward Oahu. Tomorrow, the Rotary Club of Windward Oahu, Lanikai, Windward Sunrise, Kailua, and Kaneohe are having a multi-club project at Lori Williams' house to make 50 lunches to feed the houseless people in partnership with the YMCA. This is going to be a great project, and we would love to have as many Rotary clubs from Oahu come and help out the local community. So it's tomorrow, March 6 p.m. For more information, please give Lori me.
I'll take it out, don't worry. Okay. So really important to mention when you're promoting your activity, keep it short and keep it specific to the point. Like, what is it, the who, what, where, when, why, and how to get involved, and the call to action. So very good, Lori. Anybody else want to do it? Oh, come on.
I will.
Oh, yes, Bruce, go for it.
On May 22nd, our club is having,
Oh, wait, Bruce, start over. Say your name, what club you're with, and then that's your promo. Go.
Bruce Fink, Rotary Club of Pearl Harbor. On May 22nd, we're having our Hawaii Rotary Youth Foundation and Pearl Harbor Rotary Scholar presentation. We would love for everyone to attend that event at Oahu Country Club at noon on May 22nd. Thank you.
Great job, Bruce. Anyone else? Oh.
Okay.
Okay, go Al.
Al Weiland, Rotary Club of Kihei Wailea. Join us Wednesday evening at 4:30 for a Pauhana, a social event for our club, and a cleanup of Kamaole Beach Park 3. We will have a potluck. All friends, family, and potential Rotarians are welcome.
Nice. The only thing I would say to that, Al, is why would people want to come? So start with the why so that they get grabbed into it. Go ahead, Jay.
I was going to say, Al left off, we have the interactors invited.
That too.
So
It's an
also
opportunity to do something for the community and to meet like-minded people who you may want to join in continuing to serve our community.
That is awesome. Yes. And now also keep in mind, who is your audience? So if you have you have Rotarians here. So you could say Rotarians, friends, you may not be on Maui, but if you have any friends that are looking to join Rotary, why don't you come out on so-and-so date at this time? Because we're going to be doing amazing things such as blah, 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 blah. You contact us or something. So I'm not trying to pick on you, but great job. You have a great activity. There's so many whys behind what you're doing. So this is so awesome. Lori said the exact same thing. They're going to be creating meals but hey, what is the why? Do you want to, or are you interested in, that's your why. All right, great job, everyone. Thank you very much.
I thought I would put Lori's phone number with it too.
Oh, you might?
I thought I would put Lori's phone number with it too.
Oh, no, please don't do that.
For a good time, call. Just kidding.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
That's
Lord.
a good joke.
Everyone, we are wrapping it up. It's top of the hour. I want to say thank you very much for joining me at Social Media 101. I do want to go over our training schedule next week, April 3rd. Wow, we're already in April. Dude, Social Media 201. We're going to talk about Facebook and my club. We're going to talk about some of those really specific details on how to do things. Then we're going to go into Social Media 202 and do the exact same thing for Instagram. The week after that, I'm super excited for April 17th, is we're going to talk about using Canva and how to create a brand positive PI asset. It is a free resource. You don't have to be a graphic designer. I can share some tips and tricks with you guys. And then April 24th is the effectiveness of media releases. And I'm hoping that we have some footage and other clubs that are going to be doing stuff and putting stuff on for press releases. It'll be really great if we can share your stories there. Also, please use me and the Public Image Resource Team for your club visits, because I'm very happy that we're going to be coming out to Maui on April 8th, and we're going to do a video and photo shoot. We're going to do some interviews. So I'm looking forward to doing that. If you guys want, or if you guys have something, please reach out to us. We are looking to create a commercial for Hawai'i Rotary, and we're asking for all footage, video, and photos to be submitted by April 30th. Also, brand compliance, Jennifer Jones had requested that we start utilizing the correct logos in the platforms that we can, such as social media, our website, and please do that by June 30th. And of course, as always, if you have a great idea, go to sharemyidea.org and put that there. And without further ado, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.